What's up, guys? Welcome back to a very early news show. But there is, I think, some breaking news because of the situation we're in with that backline, and there is massive news on that backline coming from Di Marzio. One of them, as you can see on the screen, we are interested in Miguel Gutierrez, and actually, it has been reported a couple of months ago that we are interested in that player. But there's also a massive update on Federico Gatti, who he himself is looking to potentially leave this summer. So a lot of things to talk about. One, a left back, what is going to happen with Cambiasso, and two, Federico Gatti is leaving. What are we gonna do with that backline now that Vega is gone, etc. So before we get into it, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into it straight away. Okay, so first bit of news is Gutierrez. From the get-go, I don't watch Girona. The last time I watched Girona was the season they got Champions League, so that's a year ago or so. That's unless I watch Madrid and Barcelona and they played against him, but I cannot recall that. Now, the little I've seen attacking left back didn't had a lot of output last season. Girona were really poor, I'm not gonna lie, but I think he has like 6 maybe GA last season, and I don't know how many games, 30 maybe, 30 plus 35, I don't know, something like that. So I don't know really much about it. What I've read really quickly, because again, I don't watch all the games. I don't watch Girona. I'm not gonna lie. From the games and the things I've read, attacking football, attacking minded, decent cross, technically well sounded, and kind of a big engine. But the big thing is that, like, the big question mark is all these links were because Cambiasso were leaving. He was going to Man City. And earlier on we got the news Milan are interested, a couple of days ago, and paired with the news that Juve don't want to sell to Milan and Man City are not looking at Cambiasso anymore. So normally I sit back right now and I'm like, why are we targeting Gutierrez? Yes, we need, cover, etc. I get that fully, but are we gonna move from a back three? Are we gonna use him as a wing back? Are we gonna spend that much to have at a backup? Or is Cambiasso actually gonna leave? And is it even going to be Milan? Because Man City are not interested really at this moment in time. Is it just going to be Milan? And are we gonna undersell? Is there an issue with Cambiasso, maybe, with the club, or Tudor not really rating Cambiasso? Is it something about a contract down the line? I don't know what it is, but it's very interesting that we are back targeting him. I want to believe it's to add to the team, but because we should be improving the starting 11, I cannot take it to the bank. I cannot fully put some trust into the belief of, we're just, bolstering up the squad, and position for position, etc. Just purely because we have so many holes in the starting 11, and that should be addressed even more. Right now, I have a feeling Cambiasso will end up leaving. I don't know where, when, but it feels like the club is just prepping to what is going to happen very, very soon. Anyways, you let me know what you think. If you watch more of him, let me know. And what do you think this move means for other players as well? Now, let's move on to Gatti, because it's also from Di Marzio as well. I know it said Tutto Sport, this one, but it was also Di Marzio. Apologies. This news is not just Napoli looking for Federico Gatti, also Premier League clubs, and one of them is Aston Villa. The player whose contract runs out in 28, so he still has actually has a long-term deal, I'm not gonna lie, is asking for 3 million euros a season. Like, in general, that's not really much. However, Juve is offering less compared to the players he's playing with, so maybe a Kalulu, like his partners basically. And for this reason, Gatti himself is considering other offers. Now, for me, from a personal level, I'm happy. I don't rate Gatti. I think we should be cashing in because I think he has a solid value. So we should be cashing in to get an upgrade. And we need to upgrade. Now, is 3 million euros a lot of money? No, it's not really. For what he has done, it's not really a lot of money. But this, in my opinion, is the club saying, we don't see you as a starter long term. And I have a feeling, even if, let's say the club offered 2.5 and Gatti was like, I'll take it, even then the club is like, you're not going to be the main guy. You're just going to be in the squad. We are going to improve, trying to improve, and we will try to get an upgrade on you. So for me to see this news and think about it, I'm excited, about the fact that the club sees that you are not one of those guys. Otherwise they will be paying him 3 million euros. It's not an issue for the club. 3 million euros is not that much. I think he's on 2.2 right now. So it's not an insane increase. If you believe that he is that guy long term for the club, you believe in. Everybody thought it's Motta, he doesn't like Motta. And right now, the news is out there. It's not just about Motta. When contracts that were a slam dunk take so long, it's not about a coach. Because if a coach likes you, this deal would have been done in in January. If the coach doesn't like you, there wouldn't be even talks. The fact that the club right now is saying we're not willing to give you 3 million, which is not a lot for a club like Juve, even in our situation, is for me a positive because the club is looking to hopefully improve that backline, and that backline needs improvement. You cannot go and compete long term with Bremer coming back from a ridiculous injury, Kalulu, Kelly, and Savona and Cabal coming back from a long-term injury. Yes, you have Cambiasso, Alberto Costa. Like, the sample sizes on certain players are not big enough, like Cabal, like Alberto Costa. Are we sure Savona is really that guy? How long can Kalulu, stay healthy and put in decent performances? How is Bremer coming back? Too many question marks. Kelly, I think the club will try to move him on even this summer if they find an opportunity, which is extremely unlikely, obviously. But I think we should be excited, that the club is acknowledging that, we're not just going to overpay because we have no other options and we're in a difficult situation. I think the club is sending the signal of, this is the money on the table. You can take this and you can be part of the squad, but we're not going to pay you the money you want, because at that point we need to view you as a main starter, and we do not view you as a main starter. That's how I'm picking up the news. Anyways, you can let me know, one, Gutierrez, what do you think it means, for all the positions in that team, and what do you know about him? Probably more than me. And two, what do you think about the contract situation with Gatti? Should we be paying 3 million euros? Should we be keeping him? Is it maybe he himself just willing to leave, knowing that the club doesn't want to pay me that money because they don't view me as the main guy? So why would I be staying here if Napoli are looking for me, Aston Villa are looking for me, etc.? So let me know in the comments, and we will talk about it and see what other updates, get unleashed throughout the day, and then we will cover them as well. Thanks for watching. Ciao.